What is going on, everybody? It is Tuesday, which means it is time for the I-71 Playbook Podcast. I'm BB, and with me, as always, is the bearded BC. How are you, sir? That's coming in nicely.
It is getting thick. How are you, BB? Yeah, so I got a little fro going on here. It's one of those things too, like I like to say the distinguished gray in there. I didn't really notice how thick it was until I turned on the camera because it's been a couple weeks since we've been on the camera, and I went, "Oh my god, that thing's." So it's time for a trim. It's time for a trim, but it'll get me through the new year.
No, it's your playoff beard. Don't touch it.
Okay, so we'll see how tomorrow night.
Bad luck.
We'll see how tomorrow night goes. Okay, tomorrow night will determine what I do with the beard.
Okay,
sound good?
That's fair.
Speaking of tomorrow night, we will get there second. I think we are going to head into the northern part of I-71 here and talk about the Browns.
If we must, I mean.
So I got a question for you.
What?
Okay, so do this with me, okay? Deep breath, close the eyes, clear the mind, do everything you got to do. Describe the Cleveland Browns front office and coaching staff on Monday.
Dumpster fire. Bloody Monday. Shit show. Oh, you said on Monday.
On Monday.
Monday.
What's Monday going to look like?
Black Monday. Destruction, anarchy, mass hysteria, cats and dogs living together.
So we've had.
Here's the thing. I actually talked about this at Christmas when I was in town with my dad and his brothers. Stefanski's already gone, and he basically let it slip in his press conference Sunday, I want to say it was. He didn't say anything about his future in Cleveland. He just said it's been a privilege to be Cleveland's coach. So he knows he's gone, as he should. Andrew Berry's a little bit of a wild card. I don't think that the success of this year's draft is going to save him. He has a track record of not developing the talent that he's brought in.
Is that his job, though?
What's that?
Is that his job to develop talent, or is that the coach?
That is the coach. So, I mean, maybe he survives. I don't know. But I'm hoping for mass chaos and just a lot of people got to clean their office out. As far as, so here's the kicker though, and this is kind of where I stand, and it's not going to be possible because if you lose one, there's not really an incentive for the new coach to keep. He's going to want to bring in his own guys. So I would like to see Schwartz stay. I think he's helped develop the front line of our defense into something formidable. We need help on the secondary badly. But I think that can be drafted and cultivated, truthfully. Tommy Reese, not terrible on offense. I mean, with what he's got, with what he has to work with, let me just say that.
If we're going to use that for Shedeur, we got to use that for him.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true, because Shedeur is doing the best of what he can with what he's being given, even if they're trying to rig and stack the deck against him for whatever personal reasons. Bubba Ventrone, don't even show up to Berea. Your key card no longer works. We will put your shit in a garbage bag and send it to your house.
We're going to Lane Kiffin you.
Yeah, just get out. Did you
see what Ole Miss did to Lane Kiffin? There was literally a coat rack out in the parking lot with his name on it with all his stuff.
And what's wild
don't come back in.
No. And so what's wild is now you've got all these stories that are coming out of Oxford of all of the shenanigans that he did while he was down there that everyone just kind of looked the other way because
Oh
they
yeah.
were winning.
Yep.
Like,
By the way, spoiler alert. This will not end well in LSU either. This will not
no,
end. So
no, because I can tell you exactly how this was going to go. If Alabama lost, or if Alabama didn't make it into, oh no, they are in the playoffs. They were playing, what was it,
yeah,
the SEC? It was a championship game that they were
yeah,
in too, right?
they got spanked by Georgia. Yep.
Right. So if they let him go for whatever reason, everyone was convinced he was taking the Michigan job. And if that job opened up, Kiffin would be gone in a heartbeat. He wants to get back in Tuscaloosa so bad. Um,
So
and
I had
he's
no.
just,
Oh, I'm sorry.
no, I'm just
I
saying,
had
he is not loyal to anything. The only
no.
thing he's loyal is to money.
I had an alternative theory.
Oh,
Had Alabama come open,
hmm.
had Alabama come open, um, I think Dabo Sweeney would have went home to Bama.
Oh, you do.
Bama player, former Bama coach. Yeah, I had a feeling that's the job that Dabo wants, but seeing as he got spanked by Penn State in a bowl game, I mean,
Of
this is
all
insane.
places, like,
Yeah,
the-
this is insane. And
yeah,
talk
the
by the
fact.
way, the disappointment bowl, Clemson versus Penn State this year.
Oh my God! Like, you want to? And we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, but I mean, there are far too many bowl games. 42 bowl games. 81
Snoop has a
teams.
bowl.
Or what's that?
Snoop has a bowl now.
I don't care if Calvin has a bowl. It can sell out just like him. Like I. No, it's funny. Like I used to when I was in my younger informative years, I was a fan
Yeah.
of I like me some Snoop Dogg. Like I could get down. I know this all doesn't look like it, but I mean, I, I know some things. But now I'm like, no, I will refer to him as his full government name. Um, and one of my favorite things is the Monday night intro with Chris Stapleton and Cindy Blackman Santana because she's amazing. Like holy cow! And then just Chris Stapleton is Chris Stapleton. But my person without fail every Monday night will mute when Calvin's rap comes on for me.
He loves you. He loves you.
He does. He does. He's a good egg.
So
He's a
anyway,
good egg.
back to the Browns. So
If we must.
you think they're cleaning house? I have a prediction. I have a
Okay.
prediction. I agree with you. I think Kevin Stefanski's gone.
Yeah.
I think he already knows that. I think they've already come to an agreement. I think he's going to get a payout, like the whole deal. I think it'll be very, very mutual, very, very cordial on both ends. I think Andrew Berry's going to stay, and I don't know
Okay.
if you saw in the last 24 hours. There's been two reports. One by Josiana Anderson, who used to be dialed in, but she gets a lot wrong now. And for whatever you do, do not say anything bad about Shador online. Josina's coming for you. But oh yeah.
Oh.
But Josina Anderson came out and said that the Browns talked to two former GMs. We don't need to get into the background of it or anything. And they according to Josina Anderson's report, it was basically in preparation to get their thoughts on a coaching search. And then Jeremy Fowler reported today that the Browns have already preliminary background checks on coaching candidates. So pretty sure Kevin's gone Sunday night. I think he knows it. I think you're right. But my advice to whoever comes in, my advice to whoever comes in, when you come to the Browns, okay, there is a certain expectation that you're going to fail. How you beat that is you take the best of a bad situation. And I've been thinking about what possibly Jimmy Haslam wants. Not so much in a head coach, but what he wants for his future. And we know we've been talking about this now for over a year.
Right.
Jimmy seems to be solely focused on that new stadium, on the dome, right? And there's some problems getting there. Problem number one is you don't have a quarterback. And you do have a quarterback on your roster that can't play, but he's making $80 million next year. So that's problem number one. Problem number two is you're going to have to put butts in that seat for in a stadium for the worst franchise in the NFL. You're opening a new stadium. You're going to be charging astronomical amounts of dollars for season tickets and PSLs.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we've discussed that on here. The initial stuff that came out from the Browns about the seating. It's insane. So you got to put butts in the seat.
And not shocking enough, people are pissed. And
you're hamstrung by a bad contract for a quarterback that has been an abject failure. And you, as the Browns, have never truly had the face of a league.
No. Well,
so here is
not of the league, but definitely a face of the team. I mean, but you'd have to go back before.
So I'm talking, So I'm talking. I'm not talking like Jim Brown. I'm talking, I was thinking
Bernie.
Yeah, but Bernie was the face of the town. He was not one of the superstars of the league. The Browns haven't had it. Although Myles Garrett legitimately might be the best defensive player that's ever played a game. Like you can put him in that argument, but he's not a face of the league guy because the Browns have always been losing.
Right. Well, Pittsburgh's scared of him.
Yeah, no kidding on that one.
We can talk about that in a second.
Yeah, I got a great stat to go with that too that I heard today. But they've never had one of those guys you see in every commercial. You just when Tony Romo is talking about him, they just never had that guy. And so
who's
that?
We did. Your boy.
No, Baker wasn't that guy either. Baker got criticized more for his commercials than he did his play.
Because it's hard. No. It's hard to watch a Progressive commercial where you're living in the stadium and the gate code is 6 when you're getting your ass handed to you. But
they tried to make him a face, but he was not a face. He was not a face based on his play. Okay, he just wasn't. I mean, the new Baker's Baking commercials are great, but once again, he's not playing well. So that all being said, there is a solution to this problem. Butts in the seats, face of the league, and finally, taking care and nullifying that terrible contract. He is a 5th-round pick who is making just over $1 million a year, who has shown flashes of brilliance. He's not there yet, but has done it, as you mentioned earlier. Same thing, Tommy Rees, right? 10 different offensive lines have started for the Browns. This guy is throwing not even to his rookies anymore because they both got hurt. He is throwing to practice squatters all over. They had a tight end catch 2 balls the other day I've never heard of before.
There's one that I really hope that they elevate from the practice squad, and they may have already.
And all I know is Jimmy needs Shedeur to be that guy.
He does. But the problem is Shedeur needs a coach. Because
and you're taking me right to my point. Yeah, you're taking me right to my point. Go ahead.
I mean, while we're seeing flashes, again, he's still a rookie. He's still a kid. He's got to learn. And first of all, again, and we've said this ad nauseum on this podcast, we are in the Shedeur business. We are both fans of this kid. both on and off the field. And
Absolutely.
not to mention, you've got these reporters in the Cleveland media who are keep trying to get him in these gotcha moments. And he's knocking them out of the park every single time. They're asking him these questions that are meant to cause drama. They want their soundbite. They want their pound of flesh. And he is just sidestepping them and saying all the right things and handling it as someone way beyond their years and as someone who's been like a vet in the league, as a fifth round pick who's a rookie who's having a really really shit situation thrown at him. So but you have people now who are coming in to the Browns fan base because of Shador. Like they're only fans of Shador.
Yep.
And you would be an idiot to not capitalize on that. I mean,
Absolutely.
is he going to be the long-term guy in Cleveland? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Could he possibly be the answer right now? Maybe, maybe not. But he's what you got right now. You've
Well,
got
this is where this is no, and I'm agreeing with you because once again, cheap quarterback to start. He is one of the top sellers in the league of jerseys. How many times can you say that about a Browns player?
Not since Baker.
Right. Not only that. Well, really not since Johnny Manziel, which is crazy to think. No, I'm being dead serious. When Johnny came in, he had the highest selling jersey, very much like Shador. He is going to put butts in that new stadium.
Right.
So if you're a Browns fan, okay, and I got a message to Browns fans here in a second because we got some beef. Hold on, Browns fans, and yeah. But if you are a Browns fan and you want what's best for his team, you need Shador to succeed. You need him to succeed because if he does, and he can become a top 10 quarterback in the league, and he's got the skill to do it. Whether or not he puts it together, that's a different story. But you need, and you have to understand. And once again, my prediction is one of the things that comes with this job as a head coach is Shador. Right. Shador's going to be the guy next year. There's too much tantalizing good that comes from a successful Shador Sanders as your starting quarterback that outweighs, giving up your whole draft again and maybe a first round next year to go up and get Dante Moore or go get Fernando de Mendoza.
No. So what we don't need in this draft now, we're building our draft capital back after literally selling the farm for not even magic beans, rotten beans. We don't need a quarterback. Do you realize on our payroll right now, we're paying like 7 different quarterbacks?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're paying Touchy McFeely, who's never going to see the field in Cleveland ever again. Let's be really blunt and honest about it. Opening the practice window was a way to, again, further kick his carcass down the line. So you're paying him. We're still paying Jameis Winston. We're paying Bailey Zappi. Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco. I think I'm missing one, but
Dylan Gabriel. You missed Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah. No, I really didn't. I have absolutely nothing but disdain for Dylan Gabriel. I'm sorry, I just don't. I mean, he is proving himself to be everything that both management and the media wanted Shador to be.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
Kick rocks, midget. Like, get out.
That was BB, not me. Anyway, so
and take your little yappy fiance with you too. Bye.
So getting back to it, like I said, best case scenario is Shador's a guy. Like it's best case scenario. You couldn't. You can't write it any better to get out of the Watson contract. You can't write it any better to get interest in your franchise. I'm telling you. I mean, there's a
Right. No, I
reason
agree.
Romo and Nance are at a Browns game when they have 3 wins in week 17.
Right.
So it's like you don't put your A team on there. Oh, you do because people are watching Shador. He sells
Right.
jerseys. People love him. To the people that don't like Shador, just shut up. Seriously. You once again, do you like the Browns or do you hate Shador? You have to make a choice.
My
And
question to a lot of people is, you don't like Shador. Okay, give me why.
why?
Why? Because I
Yeah.
can get, it's going to boil down to two things, and nobody wants to answer it honestly.
Yep.
One is his father, and the other one is the obvious answer.
The hate he gets is a lot of the hate his father got.
Right.
Super
He's
popular,
not
successful black man in
he's
America.
he's not his
I'll
father
say it.
though.
No, no,
He's
and that's
not.
the thing. He's not flashy. He's not. I mean, he's flashy in the fact he's got his watch on and stuff, but he's not flashy in the way he carries himself. He carries himself
So
like a professional.
right. So if you look at Shador going into the draft and you look at Shador now, I really think that whole experience humbled him.
Yeah,
He spends, $2 million on a draft night party,
yeah,
and then unfortunately gets embarrassed in front of the nation, um, for no reason at all, other than the fact that, one, he is a successful black man in America, and who was born to a
yeah.
father who has a very, very big personality as well. So, and if you go back to the video of him getting drafted and the phone call between him and Andrew Berry, I think he took those words to heart, because he
Yep.
says, you're going to have to come into work. It's going to be hard. You're going to have to earn your keep. And all he said, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And
Yep.
that's what he's done. He's come in and he's made the best of the situation that they gave him. He's put his head down. He's worked, with what he's got. Either it's practice squad guys, or he's working on the high school field down the street in Berea, because for whatever reason he wasn't getting first team reps. Didn't complain, didn't bitch in the press, just put
Nope.
his head down and said, okay, this is where
Yep.
I'm at.
And by the way, another thing too, people like to talk about his camp. They didn't go out in the press. They didn't
No.
complain. They didn't bitch. They didn't. There were fans. There was a portion of fandom that thinks he walks on water, and they're ridiculous. As much as the portion of fandom that thinks he's the
Right.
devil incarnate, like they're all
Right.
ridiculous.
Right. It's all
But
the extremes.
but
The extremes are nuts on
we
both ends.
we give our opinions, but we base that in reality. And the reality is,
Right.
this kid's put his head down. He's worked really hard. He's been great in the community. He has shown flashes of brilliance on the football field. Has he been a rookie? Yes. He's played like a
Yes.
rookie sometimes.
Yes.
But he never makes the same mistake twice. He's getting progressively better and better every week. Every complaint that you hear somebody make of him during a performance, he doesn't do the next week. He needs time. He needs an off season.
Right.
And once again, best case for the Browns' future is him to be the man.
Yeah.
Now, that's up to Shador to do. I'm not saying he's
Right.
going to be. Does he show flashes of like this guy could be a top 10 quarterback? Absolutely. He makes throws that about 4 or 5 guys on earth can make.
Right.
Pinpoint accuracy. He's got a great arm. He's a heck of a lot more athletic than everybody told us he was.
Right.
But I'm Browns fans. I'm pleading with you. Best case scenario is Shador's that guy. He takes care of the Watson contract. He puts butts in seats. He sells jerseys, and he becomes the face of the NFL. He becomes a Patrick Mahomes. He becomes, oh God, who am I missing? Lamar Jackson. Who am I missing? Oh man, Travis Kelce.
Oh,
He becomes, he becomes one of those faces. And that's what you want representing your franchise. Um,
Yeah.
last thing I got about the Browns. You have anything else about the Browns?
I would like to talk about the bullshittery that was Sunday. Sure.
Okay, go, because that's going to lead me into my point.
So last home game of the season, up against division hated rivals from Pittsburgh, with one of probably the most hated quarterbacks under center.
Yeah,
Um, they did two things that I was actually like really kind of surprised by. Now, mind you, I wasn't in coverage, so I was actually watching the little game coverage, little watching the pixelated
the
football
ball
go.
moving up and down the field.
Right. Oh my God. Um, two things I noticed. They were playing not to lose. And they were also playing not to win either. Because with the season that they've been having and the success that they found under Old Man Rogers, which side note, when did the NFL become sponsored by AARP? When did that become a thing? Because now you've got Aaron Rodgers, you've got Joe Flacco, and now Philip Rivers. Like we're gonna have to start changing games to earlier in the day so they can make it to the early bird special for dinner after the game.
By the way,
What are we doing?
Credit to Philip Rivers. A little younger than me, a grandpa already, with a worse body than me, going out there and playing pretty well. Good job. Good job, Phil.
There's hope. There's hope for you yet. Then there's
New
hope.
Year's resolution. Training camp in July.
I mean, Browns. He's available. I'm just
I,
saying.
I'm cheap. League minimum right here. I'll do it.
So there's that,
Hold on.
and they were
I'll
also
tell you this. I'll tell you this. One thing that I can guarantee that I can do better than some of the Browns. I won't miss my assignments on special teams. Okay, go ahead.
our special teams that needs a helmet and a designated bus. But um, they were playing scared, and they were playing scared of one particular player. That be, first of all, happy birthday to number 95,
Happy birthday,
turning
Miles.
30. You young whippersnapper, you.
30 was a good year. I missed 30.
30 wasn't bad for me.
Yeah, 30 was a good year.
um, but
Hold on. I just realized something. When I was 30, the people born that year are now legally adults.
ooh,
Good night,
I
y'all.
didn't even have.
It's been real. I'm
I
retiring from the pod. Oh my
I
God.
don't know.
I'm so old. Oh my
Listen,
God.
you did that to yourself. I didn't even have to do it. You did it yourself.
Oh my God. Okay.
You just literally hurt your own feelings.
Let's go back to Miles Garrett. It's nice to hear you say something nice about Miles for once. Let's do this. I love the positivity on this pod.
I will say nice things about Miles, but he does piss me off.
Oh, I
So
know.
I'm
I know.
not shy about that. But
Listeners and watchers of this podcast know your relationship with Miles. It's well documented.
it's a love-hate relationship, but not so much hate. Just you frustrate the shit out of me, sir. Kind of like you, but I keep you around. No, it's all love. It's nothing but love on this pod.
I was gonna say
But
you're not the first woman that told me that. It's all good. Okay, so Miles, let's talk Miles.
so Miles going for the all-time sack record would be great if he breaks that record. Last home game of the season, the stars were aligning perfectly. Um, you know, and the only thing that he was getting was triple teamed. Like he was honestly, he had more attention on him. No, I can't say that because we have young listeners. Never mind. He was getting a lot of attention. Let's put it that way. We'll just go that way.
Proud of you. Proud of that restraint. Good job. Good job, IU.
Yeah, because that was gonna be bad. But so they were playing to not win and just to screw Miles out of not getting the
Well,
sack record.
that's
Also,
the great.
shout
Go
out to
ahead.
the real stars of the game for both Cleveland and Pittsburgh on Sunday, the punt team, because holy shit. I know that the new joke, ooh, and we are the Cleveland Browns and punt, but really, Pittsburgh too? Like,
Um, so Pittsburgh actively game plan to avoid Miles Garrett getting that sack record.
correct.
They prioritize. So one of two things happened. Either they just thought there's no way the Browns would win that game, or they literally prioritized him to get that record over winning the game. And I knew from the very beginning of the game. So Cleveland gets the ball, they get a field goal. Pittsburgh gets their first kickoff. They go 3 and out on 3 runs for a total of 6 yards.
Yeah.
They were 3rd and 4 and ran the ball. And I'm like, they're not going to throw the ball. Aaron Rodgers, who is notoriously quick getting rid of the ball. Like that's part of his game. Like I think he averaged like just under 2.5 seconds per drop pack, which is by far the best in the NFL. So he's always tough to sack for that reason. In a clean pocket Sunday, average had the ball 1.75 seconds. So in a clean pocket, he wasn't letting anything develop. He just threw the ball. He just chucked the ball. You can't win. And so the funniest thing is
obvious.
The funniest thing is, and this is why, like I mean, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, I want Bane to win. I want that field to self-destruct. But I want Baltimore I want Pittsburgh to lose because it makes that game and that game plan all the better. Because Miles will, without a sack, have wrecked their season.
Yeah.
And I truly believe him when he said that Sunday. He said their game plan, so I couldn't get to him, and that's what cost them the game. They were more focused on me than they were winning, and he's 100% right.
He is. He was 100% right. But what I find hilarious is we had on the Baltimore game, and because we are in that lovely time of year where any day of the week there is a football game on of some caliber. Some are better than others. But there's a football game on literally every day of the week, sometimes multiple games. So we had the Baltimore game on, and Derrick Henry is asked after their win, and he had an absolute monster of a game. Do you have any advice to Cleveland? And he's like, yeah, just go out there and win. We believe in you and that kind of shit. And I'm first of all, if you are hinging your entire season on the Cleveland Browns winning a game, you have more problems than you are ready to deal with. Second of all, I actually hoped that Cleveland would lose just to screw over Baltimore because the history between Baltimore and Cleveland is not pleasant. And however, I made a comment joking to my person when I said, watch, if the Browns go out and win tomorrow, this just proves that the NFL they're following the script. They're following the game plan. And part of that is true. And then again, part of it is Pittsburgh main focus was on Miles. So I would like to kind of wind this down a little bit because we got a lot more to talk about.
I have one more point, and we went way too far into the Browns, but I have one more point I have to make.
Okay, quickly.
Don't get me quick on this one.
So,
So story time with BC here. Okay, so years ago, I got off Twitter. It's a raging cesspool of the worst of humanity. I don't care if it's left, it's right, it's Browns, it's Steelers, it's whoever. The people on there are just all 95% of the people on Twitter are just awful.
Yeah.
Screaming into a void, and engaging with them is not ever worth it. But
no.
I got back on for our pod, for the reason of our pod, because I just wanted to get some more background. I want to be able to put our pod out there. Shout out to my boy G Bush. I got some G Bush paraphernalia. Stark County Kids. He's my favorite Cleveland podcaster. The guy hustles and he gets it. Anyway,
Come on.
on Sunday night, the Browns beat the Pittsburgh Steelers, one of the best rivalries in all of the NFL.
Yeah.
At one time, probably the best. Packers, Bears, Steelers, Browns.
Yeah.
They beat them. And I go on Twitter, and guess what I see? I can't believe we lost our draft stock. We lost our draft position. What are we going to do next year? The Browns suck because they won. I hate the Browns. They're so stupid.
Oh
Look, shut up. Shut up. Seriously, you can't call yourself a fan when we prevented Pittsburgh from getting to the playoffs.
Right.
You do not get to call yourself a fan. If you are upset that the Cleveland Browns beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in any situation, turn in your fan card, go somewhere else. Okay? I'm sorry. Guess what? The Browns have had 12 top 5 picks in the last 20 years. How has that worked out?
Not well.
So shut up. Seriously. Shut up. The Browns won. The Browns beat the Steelers. The Browns prevented for a week at least the Steelers going to the playoffs. That is awesome. That is great. We had 7 wins in the last 2 years. I'm celebrating the hell out of this one. And once again, do not call yourself a Browns fan if you're going to root against them in a game for draft position, because it's done nothing for us before. Quit the loser mentality. Quit being a loser. Quit being a loser.
And as far as the draft goes, I've said it before, it clearly doesn't matter. And I'm not just talking about the Browns. I'm just talking about the draft in general. It does not matter where you're drafted. It doesn't, because it depends on what kind of system you're going into, who you have around you, who you have coaching. There's so many more factors than where you're drafted. And while I joked that I wished that they would have lost just to screw over Baltimore, I'm not upset that they won. I'm shocked as hell, but I'm not upset. Like, anytime that we beat the Steelers, especially at home, and have a chance to screw their season, that's a good day. Like, you don't even have, I mean, to quote Ice Cube, I didn't even have to use my AK. It was a good day.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, once again, it's loser mentality if you root against your team because you want a better draft pick.
Right.
No, you just pick in the draft better. That's the formula.
That's all that means. Like,
okay, let's go Bucks. Let's do this.
Let's go.
Fired up.
I know it's fun. Usually I'm the one. Usually it's the Sicilian bringing the spice. Today it's the BC. Wow.
I'm sorry, they pissed me off on Sunday. I was angry when I literally saw people on there just being upset that. And by the way, some of them are actually beat reporters for the Browns.
Of course they are, because
which made it even worse. So anyway, like I said, best case scenario, Shador is your quarterback. Embrace it. Okay, let's go Bucks.
All right, you got your pencil back? Are you good? All right, there we go. Okay.
Got a beard like Matt. Got a pencil like Matt. Got my Blocko on like Matt. Let's do it. Me and Matty Patricia, your boy.
No, don't you put that evil on me.
I mean, Dan Campbell didn't have that good of a year this year. Too soon?
Oh.
Sorry.
A little bit. Wow.
Yeah, I thought about you when I saw they were eliminated from the playoffs, and I didn't even make a shit comment. I didn't even make a comment to you.
Oh, I'm like, at this point, it hurt. Put us out of a misery. Well, here's the thing. They need an OC badly, because who they brought in and who they elevated was not it. And second of all, I would fire the shit out of the strength and conditioning guy, because 2 seasons in a row, your entire team is decimated on both sides of the ball. So something ain't working. But yeah, unfortunately, the Lions are they're in the same boat as the Browns again. After Sunday, Season's over.
Yeah.
How about them Buckeyes? Now
So
you're getting me spicy.
Ohio State, I knew that. I knew the Detroit thing would do it for you. So Ohio State 9.5 point favorites tomorrow night. Um, you know, we were both
Rematch.
we were both surprised that Ohio State lost to Indiana.
Yeah.
But once again, if you look at Ryan Day's career, it's tough to be an opponent of Ohio State after he loses. It's a bad place to
Ask
be.
Tennessee how that works.
Ask
Ask
Tennessee, yeah.
Tennessee how that goes.
And
Ask Texas.
to be honest with you, the last Georgia championship game in was it 22 when Georgia won the national championship. Ohio State had that game won twice when they illegally hit Marvin Harrison, didn't call a foul on it when it was clearly targeting in the back of the end zone, knocked out your best player, and then a missed field goal. Go figure. Ohio State kicker misses a field goal with the game on the line. And by the way, that was the worst miss I've ever seen in my life. He missed the upright by like 20 yards in that game. I'll never forget that. I just yeah. Oh, so anyway, Ohio State tomorrow night. What are we feeling? What are we feeling, BB?
Well, the last time that these two teams met, Ohio State pretty much dismantled their program for about a decade. So
Two
I'm
decades.
feeling good.
Two
Was it 2
decades.
decades?
Yeah, that was 2002.
Oh my God.
Hey, well, the game was played in 03, but it was the 2002 season.
Right. That was a good year. I'm a little nervous, and I'll explain why. They're aside from their front four, that's what's got me a little nervous on defense. Their offense can't keep up with our defense, I don't think. Plus, we're going into a situation like we were last year. Lost a high marquee game by the same friggin' score.
Off of a missed field goal by a certain kicker. Go ahead.
You know how I feel about shitty field goal or shitty kickers who can't do their job.
I agree. I blame Ohio State for that. I blame Ohio State for that though. Like you're Ohio State, you can find one of the top kickers in the country. Yeah, you keep rolling these guys out.
You have
unlimited resources.
A goddamn profession. You do. First of all, it's Ohio State. You have unlimited resources regarding NIL, anything else. You've got the Prestige coming to Columbus, whatever. Down the street, you have a professional friggin' soccer team who kicks what for a living? I'm sorry, balls.
Those guys have eligibility. Sign them up for some night classes.
Right. Figure it out. It's fine. Oh my God. So I know Day is taking over the play calling, which is good because as much as we love Brian Hartline and wish him well in his next endeavor, baby, you can't be in two places at once. You can't. And with what's going on and what is possibly at stake, I love you, but be in Florida. You need to be in Florida right now.
Yeah, it was the right decision. It was absolutely the right decision.
It is. And again, we love him. Wish him all the best. Go be in Florida.
Yep.
Right.
They're one of these Northeast. Well, I can't talk. One of those Northeast Ohio kids like us. We love those Northeast Ohio kids. Yep.
Right. And a lot of people are saying that this is going to give him the head coaching experience that he's going to need should Ryan Day ever vacate the position. Either if it's, to go to the NFL or, if he's just like, I'm done.
BB just confirmed it. Ryan Day to the Browns. Good call. We heard it here first on the I-71 Playbook Pod. BB just broke it.
I would shit my pants if that happened. First of all, I'd be like, excuse me, can someone cut me a check because up yours, Adam Schefter. 2, we may be confident. Who knows? So I'm cautiously optimistic going into this game. Miami's defense is pretty formidable. Their front four, but it is. I know I know Ohio State fans, are always like, they're nothing, this is that. Don't go too far. They
I mean,
are they're pretty formidable.
Indiana wins that game a couple of weeks ago because their front four outplayed Ohio State's line. Like they had
Yeah.
pressure on Julian Sane throughout the game. So that's
He
a
was
legit
running for his life.
that is a legit worry that they have to
Yeah.
address before this game. Yeah, most definitely because
But
Miami those four guys on that front four are going to play in the NFL, and then two of them are going to probably be first round picks.
yeah. And
You know,
it's all gonna kind of depend on which Carson Beck shows up for you. Carson Beck does not have the greatest track record in high marquee games in stressful situations. He tends to not do so well. So if you get that version of Carson Beck, we've got a shot all day long. Um, I don't think their O line is going to get through our guys. I think they're going to have a field day, truthfully. And with Day calling the plays, maybe we're going to see some of that high intensity offense. So maybe if if they can break the defense, it could potentially be a high scoring game. Um, I just don't know. There's so many variables, though. Again, it's which version of us shows up. If it's the pissed off, out for revenge Ohio State that we saw walking into the playoffs last year and absolutely just manhandled the table. Okay, so then we look to um, the next game, which is either Georgia or Old Miss. Um, and then we'll have to cross that bridge
so
when we get to it.
so Miami. I watched Miami. Some reason I've caught them quite a few times this year. I've watched quite a few of their games. That is not a high powered offense. That is not an
No,
offense that on its best days is considered one of the better offenses in the country. I know
no,
Carson
they're
Beck
not
had a
even the
couple
best.
good.
They're not even the best offense in the ACC.
No, they're not. They're not. And I know Carson Beck had a couple good games at the beginning of the year. But they're not going to score a lot against Ohio State. Like I think it's fair to say Ohio State's defense is a lot better than Miami's offense. So then it comes down to can our offense score more than 10 points?
Yeah,
I am a big believer in piss offness, and I don't know if you
it's a
saw at the
great
Heisman.
motivator.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw at the Heisman thing, Julian saying with one reporter, and then all the other
I
guys with,
I
and
did.
so a little disrespect there. But Jeremiah Smith not getting the Blitnikoff is insanity,
It
and
is, and it's not though.
I don't care what somebody's stats are. It's the best receiver.
No, 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 no. Here's the problem.
Okay, tell me the
Um,
problem.
Now this is nothing against Jeremiah Smith. Nothing. Because I was a little taken aback too when I was like, wow, he did not win the Blitzkrieg. Um, the problem is he has not been getting the same amount of targets that he got last year. He also has, so he's been sharing those stats. He's been sharing with Carnell Tate. He's been sharing them with oh shit, Max Clare, uh,
Brandon Ennis.
Thank you, Brandon Ennis. Is it CJ McDonald?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
My brain is soup and I am a fork at the moment. So he hasn't
By the
been
way,
the
I
sole.
want let me go to bat for you. I want everybody to know that BB's playing hurt tonight. BB came off the BB was on the bench yesterday. She wasn't feeling good. We postponed this pod, and I texted her tonight. I'm like, hey, look, it's okay if you can't do it. And you're like, no, I'm in. The Bucks play tomorrow.
Going.
I'm in. We're going.
Going.
Here we are.
There's a difference between playing hurt and playing,
She's a
sore.
bad
So,
woman. She's a bad woman. By the way,
um,
oh, I thought I knocked Ohio over there for a second. Okay, go ahead. Can't do that
I'm
tonight
not.
before the game.
No, that'd be very bad. Um, so I think it's because he wasn't getting as much.
CJ
Uh,
Donaldson.
CJ Donaldson, thank you. Um, so I see it, but I also as an Ohio State fan, I'm like, that's garbage. But there's been nothing but bulletin board material. I mean,
Yeah.
you keep having the national media thinking, well, uh, mainly the SEC bias reporters, Paul Feinbaum. That throat, that frog is coming back. Excuse me.
Sound
Um,
like sound like you said Paul Feinbaum. I don't know. Anyway, go ahead.
that would make me gag, but turtle looking son of a bitch. Anyway, moving on. Uh, but it's Ohio State hasn't played anybody, and they haven't been battle tested, and um, we won how many games in a row? So lost the Michigan game last year.
116 in a row.
Sure, right.
16 in a row.
So, but but they haven't played anybody, which on paper we were actually supposed to lose 4 of those games, and it's not our fault that the other programs didn't live up to their potential. So that's not on us. We got in what we were supposed to do. Um, so it's been nothing but bulletin board material. Then you have uh, certain Miami alumni um, who apparently has taken up skiing in their retired from their playing days. Um, and I'm referring to Michael Irving. This man is absolutely unhinged. And the only thing that I can think of is he basically is a fan of skiing only because the amount of snow that is around that man. Um, I love the fact that I just saw the light bulb
Allegedly.
go on.
Allegedly. Okay. Allegedly. Go
I'm
ahead.
just
Go ahead.
saying.
Uh, Michael Irvin, you're welcome on the pod anytime. Okay, go ahead.
Sure, sure. Because in what universe, I want you to tell me, in what universe was the absolute pillow fight that was the first round playoff game that Miami was in with Texas A&M? What part of that was belt to ass? I'm real curious. Was it the what was that score like 12-10 or something like
Yeah,
it was like a game?
it was a terrible game to watch. It was a terrible
And
game.
here, grown ass man is putting a Texas A&M shirt on a garbage can and just beating it with a belt, and for some reason is on all fours on the sideline,
Yeah, it
uh,
was.
absolutely just out of his mind.
You
So
know,
I really hope he enjoys his next skiing vacation. I do. I
you
hope
know who
it's
does.
magical.
You know who doesn't do that? Matthew McConaughey. You know who else doesn't do that? Taylor Swift. Just saying. Like the people that get a lot of crap, but be on the sidelines with their antics. But my God, Michael Irvin, yeah, he was unhinged during that game. He was actually
Absolutely. So,
he was more exciting the game. To be honest with you.
like
Yeah,
again, but I'm curious though, Mike, from football fan to football fan, what part of that game was belt to ass? I'm real
yeah,
curious.
no, that's a
I mean,
it's a good win. You go into A&M. A&M's one of the toughest places to play. I mean, I kept Notre Dame out of the playoffs. That's one of the toughest places to play in the country. 12th man. I mean, seriously, it's rough. My cousin's wife, hi Jenny, she's a grad of Texas A&M. And they had a great
dig 'em.
year, but I hope Miami realizes, and it's not a prediction or anything, but I just hope Miami realizes that Ohio State's a whole different animal, and they are not happy. They are disrespected. They are pissed off. And they're on a mission, and I think they want to see Indiana again in the national championship game. So good luck to whoever's in their
Definitely
way.
possible.
But I think Ohio State covers tomorrow, and we're looking at a Georgia Ohio State semifinal, and that's gonna be a lot of fun
That should be interesting too.
because once again I feel bad for the Ole Miss kids, but they're not going to beat Georgia with what they're going through right now. So I like Georgia. I like Ohio State this round. And on the other side of bracket, I like Oregon and Indiana. I think you're going to get three Big Ten teams in the Final Four, and I
And
think you're going to
won't
get
that piss everyone off?
and I think you're going to get an all Big Ten final. I really do. It's how it's shaping up. And here's the thing, though. I think if Oregon and Indiana play, I think Oregon's going to win that game. I really do.
Do you
I do.
really?
Yeah.
I am curious. I am curious to see the Oregon Texas Tech matchup because I think that's going to be harder than some people realize.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But I think Oregon's going to win that game. I really do. I feel, like I said, I feel confident. I feel confident in what the semifinal is going to look like.
okay.
Like I said, I like Indiana, I like Oregon, I like Ohio State, and I like Georgia. And by once again, I think representative. That's probably the four best teams in the country. Like I think it's working out how it should. And
Right.
then in the semis, it's any team's game. Any one of those four teams can beat any one of those four teams on any given Saturday or Sunday or whenever they play the game, Monday night, whatever.
Mhm.
So anyway, I like the Bucks tomorrow. I don't think
Yeah,
Miami's ready for the big time yet. I
would
think
be
they're
a
a
hell
great
of a
squad.
early birthday present for me.
And I was going to
Just
say,
saying.
as we're going to sign off here in a second, Happy New Year to everybody out there and happy birthday, BB, who thought I forgot her birthday. But pre-gamed, can't read it, but it says happy birthday, BB. So, the best pod partner in the game. Absolutely.
That's me.
So, anyway, are we going to wrap up then?
I think we should.
Go Bucks.
Go Bucks.
Next week's pod's going to be it's going to be a big one because we're going to know what's happening with the Browns and we're going to know what's happening with the Bucks. So it's going to be a big pod next week.
Lot
So
of
please come back,
lot of
folks.
lot of questions answered.
Like and
So with all that,
subscribe. I see what you did there. You're so good
uh-uh,
on the. She's so good on the trigger. Ah.
So with all of that being said, from the dog pound to the shoe and all of that in between, I'm BB,
On BC.
and this has been the I-71 Playbook Podcast.
Happy birthday. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year!